Tonight we have a different topic. This is exciting for me because boxing is in my family. Shouldn't say my blood, my husband, but my father, rest in peace. He used to be a boxing journalist. He was like a writer, but he was much into boxing. So I grew up with a lot of boxing, but this is not boxing, right? It's a different
transformation.
It's a transformation, a mixture, martial arts, and all the love. We have Philip LeGrant,
Yes,
CEO,
thank
promoter, Take It to the Top. This is an event coming up July 25th.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, and we have Gavin Mitchell. Now, you say that ingenious.
Ingenious, thank you.
Very smart. Okay, so let's
Yes.
talk about the event coming up.
Definitely.
I would like to start with the fighters, if we can do that. How many fights we're gonna have, how many fighters are gonna be fighting. Let's talk about the whole thing and putting all this together.
It is. This is a real big card, and in a year preparation time frame of putting this event together, so much has transformed from fighters to the cast to the performances, everything that consists of what's taking place July 25th all boils down to the fighters. And we have a very healthy card come July 25th.
I like that. How do you select the fighters? How does it work?
It's very interesting because a lot of coaches, a lot of other promotions, they always ask that question and inquire a lot about it because you want it to be fair. You want it to be evenly matched. So we do our homework.
That's the key.
Definitely.
Then nobody gets hurt because you don't want fighters,
And at the same time, I don't want an amateur fighter fighting a professional fighter.
That's correct.
Or two amateur fighters fighting, but one has a record where he should already be pro. He or her should be pro already. So we do our homework. We have a nice crew that actually is on board with the social sites, and they do their research, and they look up the first and last names as if they were scouting themselves. And they dig up every information from sanctioned fights, from underground fights, amateur fights, professional fights, sparring, smokers, BJJ tournaments, the whole works.
And you lost me right there. BBBB what?
BJJ.
I catch you. I mean, but let's, before we do that, because I forgot all about, let's talk about your credits, because you have all this amazing credits on your belt.
Thank you.
Go ahead, let's bring them on, one by one.
One by one. I'm ranked #1 on the WKA World Kickboxing Association title. The 155 title belt is mine. I also have the 170 WKA MMA tournament title belt. I won that one 1 minute and 43 seconds in the first round by knockout. That one is called MMA Kill on YouTube. You can check it out. It has over 16,000 hits on it. And I have 18 fights. I fought at Madison Square Garden. I fought at the Aviator, the Aqueducts in the casino in Queens.
Queens.
And I put in a lot of good work in that time frame and loved the whole fight life. And now it's our opportunity to give back.
Right. So let's talk about you now. We're gonna mix it up. We still have about 40 minutes to go, so we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna cover as much as we can. How you guys met? How you came to this sport? You tell me.
I literally walked in the gym and told him I wanted to fight.
Just like that. It works like that, right? With fighters, in general, like when they want to fight. What's like the driving force, you think? What makes you go to the gym and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kick ass.
It's different
I'm sorry
for
for
each.
saying it. It is what it's how we call it, right? That's what
is.
you
You
kind of
gotta
literally
call it
exactly
what
what
it
you're
is.
doing. Okay, so.
I think it's different for each fighter. For me personally, it's striving to leave a legacy for my little sister, my family members that actually look up to me, and basically make my life a little bit more easier because I've been sort of the wild card of the family.
Really? And this is going to fix it, you think? This is the right calling? This is your calling?
I feel more at home here than I've felt in a long time.
Yeah.
And there are many nights I come home bruised. Matter of fact, the first night training with Phil, he ripped my nose.
Oh, God. Didn't scare you the first night when you went home, you look at yourself and you took a shower and said, man, I don't know what I'm getting into. I mean, honestly, it hit you out in your girlfriend.
My girlfriend, she constantly keeps saying, I don't know why you're doing this, and you're too smart to be.
Yeah, I hate when people say that. I don't even know your girlfriend. She's already hating my guts. Wow, this is not good. But yeah, I mean, this is something that you guys put your life, your love, your passion, your training, your work ethic, your sweat and tears, man.
And you have to.
And you have to. So it's not that it's just that, you know, this is it's a craft, like the craft of acting.
We put a lot more emotion, energy, as we were discussing.
Mental energy too, right? It's a mental sport. Would you agree it's a mental sport?
You have to, you know, it starts with a game plan. And in order to perfect your game plan, you must visualize it, you must think about it, then you must display it in your physical structure through training, through the motivational key facts that put you on top.
What's the common denominator with the fighters who come to the gym for the first time to fight? What will be, in your observation, because you've been in this game and you know what you're doing?
Your heart.
Your heart.
Your heart. That's the only substance that can't be taught, can't be bought or sold. So when you come into the gym, the first thing that I'm looking for is how big is your heart?
Right. Nicely put. And the amount of work. Are you
that'll come. That skills will always come.
And
You're always going to learn skills,
right?
You know, but it takes a lot more preparation than skills. The one thing that you cannot have been taught is something that you have to be developed with, something you have to be born with, which is heart. So when you go into that cage and you walk in what we call that green mile to the cage and you start getting that adrenaline rush.
Are you kidding me?
Two parts in your mind that says, I'm ready, and then there's the other side that says, do I really?
Not ready. Do I want to do this? I don't want to do this.
And I've heard the stories about it before, but it is an experience each individual fighter has
It takes a lot of guts, like Gladiators. You know, when you really think about that film, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know what on earth.
Well, let us tell you a little bit about how we do it.
Please, bring it to me, because I want to understand the nature of what you guys do. I mean, for me, to just see it, I cannot get used to it. It's so rough, but it's so much blood, and so much energy and love and heart, and but it's hard to watch too.
It can be, you know, and I assure you that, especially after your first time watching our event, you know, you'll definitely get a better feel and understanding of the sport because of the environment. The environment that you're in, it provides a safe haven where it's like, okay, even though this seems to be like one of those atmosphere where it's haywire, it's controlled, it's regulated, it's sanctioned.
That's correct.
And the people are having a good time. It's like being at a go-go club. You go there and you see all the
punches along the way, man. Come on,
you know,
I don't know the go-go club either.
Yeah, well,
but the atmosphere, the vibe, minus the fights. So you might see a stranger that's having a good time, and they're dancing and they partying, and that is the same vibe that is in our atmosphere from our announcer just hyping up the crowd, which is David
Diamante. You want the crowd, right?
You know, yes, you want the crowd because if you have a spokesperson like David Diamante, who is also the Brooklyn Nets announcer, he's also called the voice of Brooklyn, and he announces our events also. So that right there is a great ordeal to our atmosphere because, hey, crowd, let's go wild. Let's get ready for the next fight. And everybody is like, wow, where that's coming from? And oh, look, the fighters is coming out, the music, and it's a good vibe. It's a great atmosphere.
I like what you said when we just were talking right before you started. Once you understand the atmosphere.
Yes.
You just said it, and I said, I'm going to make a note of that. I mean, it's fascinating, but it's like I said, it's hard to watch to a certain degree. You know, audiences, they have, you know,
imagine
building
how
the
it
audience.
Is
for you guys.
A brand new.
We're stepping in. It's a full contact combat sport, right? It allows both striking and what do they call grappling? What do you define that?
Yes, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's
let's talk about the basics a little bit. Yes.
Of wrestling.
Okay.
You know, wrestling, it has the old traditional slam, pin type environment. BJJ, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, consists of more of submissions. So it's putting your opponent in a position where they're forced to tap or break something. So, of course, when you come to that pressure...
Wait, Philip. Lord. Say that again.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Right, but it helps you said a nice word. Verbal. She's laughing, man.
Yes.
She made this happen. I want to just bring it on to my girl here.
You're putting yourself in the position where you're forced to tap, or if you choose not to tap, you will go to sleep. I like that word a lot better.
And I'm holding my breath, and I'm not
acting. The emergency room.
I'm holding my breath, and I'm not acting. It seems like everything is allowed.
Well, the great thing is
no?
that no. Not
No.
everything is allowed.
Tell me what's not allowed.
In this case, there's amateur fights. So
Okay.
there's a lot of things that are not allowed,
Okay.
like elbow strikes. You have to be in a certain
But how do you
criteria.
avoid the elbows when you get so wrapped up in what you're doing?
Well, because it's a structure that is disciplined, a structure that is training. So
Okay.
all of these things are gravitated toward how much knowledge you know in the field.
What about the instincts? What the instincts that you bring to the equation? In this case, the fighters, when they come in, how do they manage
That's great.
to?
One thing that people don't understand about the structure of mixed martial arts is the discipline. It teaches you how to have control over self,
Right.
and that is the first avenue in mixed martial arts, is to learn how to control yourself. So before any coach, before any promoter puts you on a fight card, they want to know a little bit about you. They want to know how long you've been training. They want to
Right.
know who you training with,
Right.
and those are details that will get you that position. Because to fight on our card is like filling out a job application.
Right.
You
Right,
have
right.
your resume speaks for you.
Right.
And in that field, it's okay. How long have you been training? Who you been training with?
Right.
Do you have any matches? Okay, so
Right.
therefore we know you're qualified or you need more time.
Right.
So that is how you get on our card, and that shows good structure, which follows behind discipline.
Very nicely done, nicely put. What about children? Do they come to train? Tell me about
Kid-friendly
that.
environment.
Yeah.
I'm married. I have 3 kids.
Good.
My 12-year-old, my 9-year-old, and my 1-year-old daughter. She's like
You're a busy man.
Yes,
The
stay
kid-
busy.
That
Yeah.
would be an understatement.
And I got 72
Keep in the
kids. That's
QT,
not
man.
my kids.
I mean, yeah, but it's like what I meant with even with children when they go to the gym. Are they attracted to this sport?
Yes, they are.
Are they?
One of the big promotions out there for gyms is Tiger Showman's.
Okay.
Tiger Showman's there. It's like the first thing once you hear Tiger Showman's, the first atmosphere that I get is kids. It shows good structure and discipline, karate, that atmosphere that uplifts kids to be on that path to be called an athlete in the
Okay.
fight world.
How do you develop concentration, breathing techniques, self-control, meditation, yoga, you name it, Tai Chi, not Tai Chi, but kind of like, how do you, because we have a lot of energy and we have our thoughts they kill our thoughts to a
I think
certain
I'm gonna let you
degree.
answer that one.
How do you answer
Since
that?
you're
I mean,
going through
tell
that
me,
process right
tell
now.
me. How does it work for you, the process? Like when you go in, you train, let's say you had a fight with your girlfriend the night before, and next thing you know, you want to go to the gym and really give it all.
I channel that negative energy
Out.
to the gym.
To the gym. You bring all those feelings.
Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of anger issues, do you?
No.
I do.
You do?
I do.
What happened when you lose control?
There's no such thing as losing control.
Oh, come on.
No.
No,
because
I don't
that's
agree
one-
with you.
I concur, because one thing that mixed martial arts has taught me is that it's love and unity.
Okay.
Remember the old saying, with great power comes what? Great responsibility.
Great responsibility.
I have a lot of power,
Right.
but I am my responsibility.
100%.
So I must learn to control self. So I'm never gonna lose control, because if I lose control, that means I never had control.
Right. Well,
So
that's why
therefore-
you lost me there. You're good with words. You're good. You're good.
Thank you, thank you.
But to a certain degree, you come in, you fight. You gotta fight your demons. You gotta exercise whatever is going on inside of you, right, in your head.
We do that every day.
And you do it every single day, in the technique, and you learn the technique along the way. When does it get tough in the gym? When you go in, what do you call tough? Where is a sparring session? When does it get tough?
I think it's the road to the cage. The last 2 weeks, as we are preparing for the
There's a
next
lot of
events,
pressure. How do you prepare
it's
mentally for
cutting
that?
weight and making sure you
I
don't get any
know.
kind of injuries
Right.
on the
Very
way,
important.
so
Right.
that you can put on the best show for the crowd. Because at the end of the day, it's always about the fans.
It's all about the fans. Do you run
Yes.
every day?
At least 3 miles. I bike to the city and back to Brooklyn.
Help me,
so
Lord. Do you lift weights?
Yes.
Do you? Do you drink any drinks, like powder drinks to give you vitamins, to give you all that, or you just prefer to leave that
Protein
aside?
shakes.
I stay
whatever they
away
call it,
from.
man. They have so many different names.
I stay away from those type of supplements because
Everybody's different, though.
You tend to
Everybody's
feel
different.
the energy starts boiling up in your stomach, especially once training gets intense.
Okay.
When we're doing groundwork, which is the grappling submission stuff, I tend to feel the energy swirling in my stomach, almost nauseating.
Okay.
So
For how long does it take, like I said, a training session? 2 hours? 1 hour? 2 or 3 hours?
We average 2 hours a training session minimum.
And how do you break it down?
It's all depending on our field, our environment. We have a structure that will start us off. We start off with warming up, a basic exercise that we start and we end with stretching. You know, and then from there, it's based on how large our class is and what we choose to do in that day. So, hey, today we're working on BJJ, which is a lot of ground Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Then maybe tomorrow we'll work on Muay Thai, upper torso striking, and then we'll do a class like cardio. Sometimes we might just even do it all and put it together and just
you
have
mix
fun.
it up.
Yeah.
Right. What about shadow boxing?
Oh,
we
yeah,
do that.
Do you do it all the time? It's
Got
gotta
to.
be
Got
sparring sessions.
He
Sparring.
forces us to do it in the shower
man.
now.
You don't really.
You know, like one of the things about having control over stuff, like I'm a big kid, you know, by heart. One of my favorite movies was Dragon Ball Z. There's also a series. And the transformation all consists of negative energy and positive energy, but it all focused on self. So if you could be able to harness both of those elements and both of those abilities and then display it in an art form, which we now call mixed martial arts, it would turn you into a Super Saiyan, which is our ultimate fighting personnel. This one right here, you know, like how you train. He just leveled up. You know, he's getting ready for his amazing fight. So every stat is increased.